Is going on, legends? I'm Jimmy Halley, and this is the Gym Boss Podcast. As always, if you're on Facebook Live, hi, give us a comment, give us a like or whatever below. And if you're on the podcast, welcome back. This is everything business, sales, marketing, business development, mindset, and anything else that you potentially need to be able to grow your gym in 2020 and beyond. And if any of that sounds interesting to you and you're like, hey, I'm a serious gym owner that falls into that boat, go to iwantgymleads.com. There's a short little video I recorded for you over there and you can go check that out. So let's get right into this one here today. It is why trial and error is the worst piece of advice you'll ever get. And actually, before I ever do that, you wouldn't believe it, I've literally just finished up in the gym. I'm in the car. This is the best time I find to do my podcast because I've come out of the gym, I'm high energy, I'm feeling good. And then as I'm walking out of the car park, this has nothing to do with the podcast today, but it's an interesting story. It literally happened 2 minutes ago. As I'm walking out of the car park, I see this old beat up car sort of comes speeding into the car park and pulls into a park and crashes into a car in front of it. And I was just like, oh my God, that sounded pretty close to my car. Walk up to it. It was my car. They just smashed right into the front of my car, and this car's only probably like 2 months old. So, yay me. But hey, look, that's what insurance is for. And now the girl driving was super nervous and whatever. So I think as a little side note in this situation, it was an accident. Don't get angry at the person. You've got insurance. Just do what you need to do. Take the photos. Be nice. I comforted her to make her feel a bit better. And the fact of saying just like, hey, look, just give us your ID, I'll take some photos, and we'll let the insurance company sort this out. This is what insurance is for. Just, you're at the gym, probably the best way to go get, because she was all nervous and shaky. But yeah, treat people, I think the moral of the story of that is treat people how you'd want to be treated. And that's something that I am trying to do a lot more of this year, because my natural instinct in a situation like that would have been, Jimmy 1 year, 2 years ago would have been to like, blow up at the person, fly off the handle and not think about it. But this time I thought, okay, what if I was that person? And the person came yelling at me, I would be even more upset, because she's obviously upset for making the mistake. She feels silly, she feels stupid or whatever. And you could see she was physically shaking, holding the ID, trying to bring it out to me. So I just try to make her feel better. And I think that was a cool, something I'm trying to practice. And I saw it in person here today. And it just reaffirmed the fact that that's what we should be doing as a human race in general, is just to treat people how you would want to be treated. Let's go back into the podcast. What we're here all about today is why trial and error is the worst piece of advice you'll ever get, especially when it comes to business, because there's money involved, there's time involved, and you've got to support yourself, you've got to support your family, and there's expenses, there's so much stuff going on. Trial and error is the worst way to go about it, because people have been where you want to be right now. They're already there, or they've been there in the past. So go learn from somebody. And that goes to sales. If you're not great at sales, go find somebody that's good at sales. If you're not great at marketing, find somebody that's good at marketing. And then, little plug here, iwantgymleads.com. Obviously, we have a done-for-you marketing service exclusively for gym owners. And sales consulting, sales training, so we can help train your team up as well on sales, you and your team. I was listening to, there's a guy who's very interesting. If you want to check him out, he's very interesting. He's a very unique flavor, let's put it that way. He's not everybody's cup of tea, but he is this guy called Wes Watson. I've just discovered him recently from a client of mine, Matt, over in Canada. Shout out to you, Matt. Thanks for introducing me to him. But Wes Watson is this guy in America, straight out of prison, but jacked. He's got some fitness program now because he looks bodybuilder. Tattoos from the neck down to the hands, or the whole body is covered. He's got prison, jailhouse tats and everything. But the dude is smart. He is so smart. He is very intelligent. He's like, especially up with the old Stoic stuff and philosophy, and the way that he views the world is amazing. And this whole trial and error thing actually sort of came from him as well, from when I watched an interview that he did just recently. If you were your own coach, what advice would you give yourself? So if you were sitting across from yourself and you're having a problem, sit there and go, hey, you know what? I'm having this issue. Let's look at it and think about it. Take time to actually think and process, write down all the information, gather all the data, gather all the stats, remove your emotion from the situation, and then go, okay, what advice would you give yourself? Like if you were just talking to a fellow gym owner or a fellow business owner or whatever, and they were struggling on the thing, and then they asked you for advice. And that's probably the shit that you got to do, is whatever advice that you would give yourself, that's what you got to do. Like I like to think of it taking another level up, which is why I'm talking about Wes Watson. He mentioned where if you have, like, the trial and error is the worst way to go about it. You don't live long enough to make all the mistakes in the world, so learn from other people's mistakes, because that's how people learn, right? Gather insights and knowledge, and then level up. If you have somebody that is currently doing or has done what you want, and they have the characteristics and have the success and whatever else that you aspire to, then a better way to do it, instead of saying, what advice would you give yourself? Sit there and imagine like you're sitting there across from that person, or you're sitting next to that person at your business meeting. Say, for example, you look up to Steve Jobs. You know, what would Steve do? What would Steve say here? And then if you follow his stuff and you love Steve Jobs and you know how he approaches and how he thinks about things, then you're going to get better insights that way, because that's a level up from what you would give yourself, because now you're referring to like a higher power or a higher person of authority that you respect and that you want to emulate. So then you will then be able to then take the course of action that person represents. So I think that's really cool. So I'm going to recap here real quick. Trial and error is the worst piece of advice that you can ever give yourself, or ever give anybody else for that matter, because you don't live long enough to make all the mistakes, and time is precious for you, especially when you're a business owner and you've got money and finances and your family. You don't have enough time to make all those mistakes, and you've got a lot on the line. So learn from somebody that's already been there. That's the fastest way to be able to learn. So learn, but then implement that. So implement that. And if you're having an issue or something's come up in your business, or something, like something's come up even in your life, whoever, like you can have separate role models or people that you aspire to. Is like, say for example, with the Wes Watson example, what would Wes do in this situation? Or you can imagine you mentally having this conversation with the person. What would insert person's name that you aspire to be like, have characteristics and traits that you admire and that you want to instill into yourself and into your team? Then ask yourself, what would so-and-so do here in this situation? And that's going to be a better way to give you an answer. And if the answer is, hey, this is a little cheeky Jimmy plug here. If the answer is, hey, I don't want to figure out this marketing, I'm too busy, I need somebody to outsource it to, go to iwantgymleads.com. That's exactly what we do. We have a done-for-you marketing service exclusively for gym owners. And this is exclusively, particularly for gym owners that are already in business, that already have clients, that want to be able to offer a premium service, or already are offering a premium service, and are serious about getting more leads, more clients, and growing the brand all at the same time. So then that way, that's all taken care of. Then you can get back to doing what you do best, which is being in the gym, being a business owner, and running and managing your team. And actually then enjoying some of the fruits of your labor as well. So you're not stuck in the weeds trying to do everything and trying to figure it out on your own, or refer to an expert in that field. And that's why people come to you as a trainer. People come to you because you're an expert. You can deliver fat loss. You can deliver martial arts, whatever the field of gym and fitness that you're in, that people are paying you and coming to you because you're the expert and they want a shortcut to success. And that's the same way what you can do with your business. If you want to grow rapidly, get yourself a marketing agency like myself, but also somebody that can help you with the sales element, because marketing and sales are the two sides of the same coin. And that's exactly, we do everything from end to end on both of those there. So iwantgymleads.com, go over there, go check it out. That's enough of me plugging me. Have a great day. I've got to go call my insurance company now because of that little minor ding that happened in the car park here. Have an amazing day. Love you all. Peace. See you all in the next one.